One. It's been a minute since I've posted a video, and I'm just going to do a little update now. I've told you that I could not speak until I understood certain things, and there's still more I need to understand, but I will begin to speak. You know, when I realized, I told you how I didn't understand what was happening with me. I only knew that I was receiving understanding through epiphany. That is how revelation happens, through epiphany. Epiphania, which is manifestation. That is the Greek word of manifestation, epiphania. Revelation comes through understanding, through when you receive epiphany. You know, it was one by one that the scriptures just was opened. And, you know, after the working, there was this more than I could even, I can't, and I'm not going to attempt to try to express the working of the Spirit. Sorry about that. You know, but that, and when it was, after so much working, I understood that it was consuming the carnal. Making room for the Spirit. That is why there is no room. When it is written, my word has no place in you, because you are filled with the word of man. False understanding. And there's much I will say of this. But that's what this, and it is also written, and it was spoken, I will prepare place. There's so much that man sees that in the scripture letter that is not, they do not understand it. I give myself daily, now for 3 years, and now after the working, to understand all that I have diligently sought after. I can't, you know, my word, I mean, I know once I get going. But there was so much to know. There was so much to understand. You know, I had been filled with the carnal so long that after that, I was made able to receive. Now, when I go to the Greek and I read what was truly spoken, because the word was, when it was spoken, it was truth. And they did write it down correctly in the beginning. It was man that corrupted it later. And I can't even explain how much I see. How much it's given to me to see. And I do not boast in myself, as some would say. I boast in His word, and I glorify His word, because I hear His word that few has heard. And it is they who are contrary that makes it hard for me to begin. But I know that His word will be spoken through my lips as the Father makes me able to do so. There's no confusion. There's nothing not understood when you are given right understanding. However, there's things I still have to come to know. It's whose, when's, you know, different. I have a few questions, but as I learn, I will understand. And my videos are only for those who have heard His word. And they go through much confusion because of the words of man. There's few who have ever heard the true gospel. They know the man-made version. There is so much to every single word. The testimony was given in spirit to spirit. And those, the Spirit received it. Those whose mind was ready, they received it. Others just toss the words around. That's what man does. Because they have that carnal word in them. You have to let it be purged from you. I had, it's never, and it is not myself and those who receive it. There's, even as it was also, there, why callest thou me good? There's none good save one. There's many who claim and they tell you what to do, tell you you have to be this way. That is man teaching you. That is man's understanding. It is those who will believe the Spirit, hear the Spirit, and let the Spirit give them understanding. The Spirit working in you will perfect that word in you. And when that word, when you begin to know the word and have a relationship with the word, that then you're made able. Through the Spirit you're made able to put off the things of the flesh. It's not the other way. It's not make your flesh perfect and then receive. You have to receive the gift, and then you'll be made perfect. And I'm far from perfect. Everything, I honor the word. The testimony. And it is very hard for me to begin to speak. You are astounded when you receive the testimony. It was hidden so long. And, I can only put out little by little. I know my life. I've known it my whole life. But I knew that there would be a work that I had to do that was done through me. And I don't understand it all the way. That's why I thought I needed to understand everything first. But I will give what I do understand. The testimony that I do understand. Man and their carnal understanding, their own minds is enmity, is against every word of the Spirit, just as it was written. But like I said, my videos are only for those who have heard and who have longed for His word. And these go through great trouble because of the words of man. And those who think they know, it is those that do not know. It's those that know that they do not know that know. So long I held that word that I heard inside me because what man had told me, causing me confusion. I could not accept the word that I heard so long ago. And now I know that word was always true. It was man that are liars. And there's been times that I've spoke and someone comes up against the word. You don't quickly come up against a word spoken just because you don't understand it. You might, those who know they don't understand everything, those who, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I know this don't make a lot of sense right now, but it's hard for me to begin. There's the true testimony, and then there's many testimonies of man saying many different things. Ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Because they're ever learning their carnal doctrines and words and not knowing, never hearing what the Spirit has said. I have more to learn. I go to the Greek, but it is the Spirit that bears witness with what is true and what is not true. And in the Spirit, you can go to what was written, and you get understanding. The words was originally written correctly from those who heard. It was carnal man that came and corrupted. And I don't understand all of, how it has all happened. But there was those that heard, that indeed did hear what was spoken. And then those who was educated, they did not hear, because they had that carnal filled up in them. But there was those, as the Samaritan woman at the well, who filled up, who received her vessel full and went and dispersed it. That's how the gospel is done. You are given, you ask, you're given, you receive, you give it to another. It is kind of mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, if you will. His word is spoken, and it enters in the ear, and is understood in the heart. And when it's comprehended, it goes mouth to mouth. And there's this, when you hear the glory of His word. People just skip over the parts they don't understand in the Bible. It was a narration all the way through, telling you every word that you need to know. He spoke every word. And those who heard, they spoke it. But man cannot receive it. For their mind is enmity. And I have been filled up, but I have to be made ready. When you hear the glory and the true glory and the awesome power of His word, what was truly spoken, not in the letters of man. See, there's many who think they know and they think they're teachers, but they have not been purged of the carnal. They still hold the things that are not so. I don't understand everything about how I've received, why I've known my whole life that this day would come. And why it's hard for me to speak right now. But I know that, as it was told to me, I will speak His word, and the Father will fulfill His promise to me. He has fulfilled His promise, the promise to me, but there's certain things that I still have yet to learn. When you hear, you become astounded. It is amazed. To know the awesome working of the Spirit. To know just how it has all been worked. And to see the words of man, how foolish they are. Because if it's not the understanding of the Spirit, If it's not what was truly spoken, it's a lie. And those who speak a lie, they bring forth lies. And Satan is the father of lies. So don't fear their lies, because they speak many of them. I know this didn't make much sense, but it's hard for me too. I'm not the strong one. I know the power in His Word. And I know He will make me able. I hope to be here soon. Much love to you.